The Star Wars Hotel is officially closed. We're starting to see the removal of H2O products on the Disney Cruise Line, and are we seeing a new EPCOT Barge? All the latest Disney news is coming up right now here on DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Let's jump right into the latest news for ya. First up, the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser Star Wars Hotel opened in March 2022 and offered guests a completely immersive Star Wars experience. And as you are watching this video, they are ending their final voyage today on September 30th, 2023. While we're sad to see the Galactic Starcruiser go, we're not totally surprised it wasn't sustainable. While the final reservations did sell out, the price was just too high for a lot of folks. Disney hasn't announced yet what will happen to the building now that the hotel is closed, but we have seen some permits for that location, so we'll see what happens. So Disney used to have a partnership with H2O+, which supplied soaps and shampoos, conditioners, and other toiletries to Disney hotels and Disney Cruise Line. So it was announced a while back that H2O+ would be closing its business, and that left people wondering what would be next for Disney bath products. Well, we spotted the first signs of H2O+ products leaving Disney Cruise Line. In the cabins on board the Fantasy this week, the soap containers have all had stickers placed over the H2O+ logo. Instead, the stickers show the generic Disney Cruise Line logo. Currently, they're the same products from before, but it's likely that we'll see new products in the near future. Genie Plus, Disney's Skip the Line service, has been having a tough week. Typically, Lightning Lane reservations through Genie Plus open for booking at 7 a.m., but the past few days this has not been the case for everyone. For several mornings in a row, Lightning Lane availability had a delayed release. For a few days it was 10 to 15 minutes, but on Wednesday we weren't able to book anything until after 8 a.m. That's an entire hour! This means many people like us were sitting at their phones for an hour refreshing the screen and trying to book without success. To add to this confusion, we noticed during that hour that some Lightning Lanes were disappearing, so apparently some people were able to book, but just not all of us. We had 3 different people trying simultaneously and none were able to book. We chatted with a cast member on the Disney World website who is aware of the issues. The cast member noted that anyone who is experiencing this problem should try signing in and out of their account in the My Disney Experience app, as that may resolve the issue. Now, this glitch didn't seem to affect the individual Lightning Lanes. If you wanted to pay separately and book Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Tron Light Cycle Run, Flight of Passage, or any of the most popular rides, those times were available as normal. We stopped by Guest Relations to see if cast members were offering any type of compensation to guests who experienced issues this morning. However, since we were eventually able to book some Lightning Lanes that day, we were told that there was nothing that could be done. Disney previously announced that Journey of Water, inspired by Moana in Epcot, will open on October 16th. There will also be a Moana character meet and greet in the area too, but before the big opening date, select Disney World guests can attend a preview of the walkthrough attraction. Guest previews began on September 24th, and it's safe to say Epcot was pretty busy first thing in the morning. According to Disney's Park Pass reservation calendar, there were no reservations left for Epcot on the 24th. That means the park hit capacity for the day. We arrived bright and early for DVC and annual pass holder guest previews. At first, the attraction was operating with a standby line. Then, by about 10 a.m., Disney opened up a virtual queue for the attraction because the standby line was just so long. However, the standby queue was back just a day later, so this has us a bit worried about the official opening for the attraction. If the queue was overwhelmed by the exclusive previews, what will these lines look like when all the guests are able to go inside? There's a chance that a virtual queue will be used on the official opening date if things go similarly to the previews. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, currently Disney has said that the virtual queue could be used as needed, so it's possible that it could return. Many Disney fans were disappointed though in the abrupt switch to a virtual queue over the weekend, so hopefully Disney will announce virtual queue updates before the opening date if they choose to use that virtual queue feature again. What was really frustrating is you had to wait in a really long line to join the virtual queue, and Disney never told anyone you could just join it on your phone. So if you are going to Disney World soon and you have a preview for this new attraction, definitely check and see if there's a virtual queue for it on your phone before you join any lines at all. And if you want to know all the latest updates about Journey of Water, be sure to sign up for our DFB newsletter. It's completely free, and we send all the latest and most important Disney news straight to your inbox. The link to sign up is in the description box below. Now, if you have a Disney vacation coming up, you know the excitement leading up to it is real. Now, Disney's helping us get ready for our upcoming stays in a fun new way, right in the My Disney Experience app. So So if you have an upcoming hotel stay, you can now find the new Disney and Citizen countdown clock right in your app. The countdown clock will be accessible to all Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort guests with a hotel reservation. Just go to your resort reservation screen and you'll see a number displayed at the top. The Central Florida Tourism Oversight District Board has had a lot on its plate since taking over responsibilities formerly held by Disney's Reedy Creek Board. The board members are admittedly unfamiliar with many of the processes needed to keep the district running, as board member Martin Garcia confirmed in a September 27th board meeting to discuss the budget for fiscal year 2024. Quote, "I don't know what the process is because this is all new to us," unquote, said board chairman Martin Garcia after hearing the consultant's analysis of the utilities agreement. Later, during the meeting, the board unanimously voted to approve a $194.5 million budget for the upcoming fiscal year. A portion of this money will go to maintaining roads and managing land and waterways, issuing permits, and more, but the district has also budgeted $4.5 million of that money for litigation. This comes after the board has already spent $1.9 million on lawyers so far this year, most of which has gone to fighting Disney in court. Members said more money was needed for these legal battles. However, when it comes to paving and repairing 135 miles of asphalt in the district, the budget was slashed by $3 million, citing supply issues. Disney's facing off with the district in two different lawsuits, one filed by Disney against members of the District Board of Supervisors and Governor Ron DeSantis in federal court, and another filed against Disney by the District Board in state court. Both cases are ongoing. EPCOT will soon be home to a brand new fireworks show, Luminous, the Symphony of Us, starting December 5th. Now EPCOT is preparing for the new show, and we've got some news to share. During a visit to EPCOT this week, we noticed a new addition to the World Showcase Lagoon. There's a large metal structure, and it looks like it's some kind of prep for the fireworks show. Could it be a new barge? If you recall, the barges used in World Showcase Lagoon for Harmonious were famously controversial, with guests complaining that they ruined the sightlines across the lagoon. But we're interested to see if this new show will use similar barges and whether or not they'll be present out on the water during the day. It is our understanding that the barges will be moved in and out of the World Showcase Lagoon daily, but for now we'll have to wait for construction to be completed before we learn Disney's final plans for these. Alright, so recently on our blog we reminded y'all that boat service between Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Disney's Wilderness Lodge is currently not available. That transportation perk has been missing for quite a while now, but guess what? As soon as we wrote that blog post, we found out that it will finally return on October 1st. Kind of, in a way. So starting on the 1st, the Blue Route will take guests across Bay Lake between Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, Disney's Wilderness Lodge, and Disney's Contemporary Resort. Y'all remember that blue flag boat route, right? Note that this service will not begin, however, until 3 p.m. each day. A while back, there was one boat route that sailed between Wilderness Lodge, Fort Wilderness, and Magic Kingdom. However, those routes will continue to remain separate for now, with one boat between Wilderness Lodge and Magic Kingdom, and a different route between Fort Wilderness and Magic Kingdom. So the only route that connects the two will be the returning Blue Route. And again, that starts October 1st, and it doesn't start until 3 p.m. each day. So you're not going to be able to go between the resorts until 3 p.m. On September 28th, the villas at the Disneyland Hotel opened their doors, providing 12 stories worth of Disney Vacation Club villas to this hotel. These brand new rooms will provide an updated space for Disneyland regulars and new visitors alike to relax while they're away from the parks. But the best part, we got to check them out, and they are beautiful. There are a variety of room types at the Disneyland Hotel, ranging from a duo studio to a 3-bedroom grand villa. They have rooms themed to different Disney classics like The Jungle Book and Sleeping Beauty, The Princess and the Frog, Fantasia, and more. Inside the lobby, guests will enter a bright, colorful space full of Disney details. Of course, no Disney hotel is complete without a pool, so right near the new tower, you'll find the brand new Palette Pool area. Take a look at this new splash pad. Disney revealed that when the sun sets, the splash pad transforms from black and white to color. For an even closer look at these new rooms, head over to our website. We got to tour all of them. There are 2 new Magic Shots available in both Magic Kingdom and EPCOT. Magic Shots are essentially photos that you take in Disney World that have something special added in that you do through PhotoPass. So this time, the shots make it look like your photo is up on a pinboard that's decorated with 100th anniversary themed editions. Anyone can experience these Magic Shots, but you'll need to pay to download the images from the My Disney Experience app unless you already have Memory Maker or you're an annual pass holder who has PhotoPass included. Another new Magic Shot sets your photo against an artistic realistic background that looks like sketches of Disney characters in a notebook with a pencil and paintbrush over the top of the photo. To find the magic shots, just ask PhotoPass photographers if they have the shots available. They should be able to point you in the right direction, and these shots are available from now through December 31st. The newest Disney World hotel discount applies to select Disney Resort hotels in the new year. It's called the Book Early and Save More discount. With this, you could save up to 30%. You need to book by December 15th in order to qualify. You can save up to 30% on stays most nights from February 25th through March 24th, 2024. You can also save 25% on stays most Sunday to Thursday nights from January 9th, 2024 through February 22nd, 2024. Now, January 9th is a very big day in Disney World. That's when the Disney dining plan is returning, and also when Park Pass reservations will no longer be required for most guests. Disney only has a limited number of rooms allocated to this offer, so you'll want to book sooner rather than later. For an in-depth look at the specific discounts for each hotel, I've linked our article in the description box below, so be sure and check that out after this video. We've also got some DFB related news I want to tell you about. Right now, all of our Halloween merchandise is 10% off with no discount code. If you've been waiting to snag one of our Halloween designs, now is the time. The team and I thank you so much in advance for all of your support. We could not do this without you, and we wouldn't do it without you. We recently stopped by a restaurant we rarely visit to try out some rather intriguing menu items. The Smokehouse is the quick service stand in front of House of Blues in Disney Springs, and they've got 2 new loaded corn dogs on their menu that have piqued our interest. The 2 items are the barbecue nacho corn dog and the street corn dog, each available for $14. These things are absolutely covered in fixings, and they are hefty. You're going to want to grab some napkins before you dig in. First up, the street corn dog, which is topped with chipotle aioli, cotija cheese, cilantro crema, and tahini. The hot dogs inside are made with 100% beef, and I gotta tell you, this was an amazing corn dog. The seasonings all blended incredibly well together, and because they're usually found on street corn, they worked really well on a corn dog. There was definitely some freshness from that crema and creaminess from the aioli and a nice cheesy flavor. But alas, the corresponding corn dog doesn't get the same praise. The barbecue nacho corn dog is topped with nacho cheese, tortilla crumble, pickled jalapeno, and barbecue sauce. Now, you definitely need to eat this when it's hot because it was not great after it cooled off. Your nacho cheese didn't have any cheesy flavor, and our reporter couldn't taste the jalapenos, so there wasn't much going on at all. The whole thing just kind of tasted like barbecue sauce. The textures were pretty nice, however, with the crunch from the chips, and the corn dog itself was still pretty good. Solid base, but maybe not the best choice of toppings. Now, you can't go to EPCOT without trying this new treat from one of our favorite spots. We're headed to Karamell-Küche in Germany to try an all-new fall treat, the Werther's Original Maple Caramel Square. This bad boy is exactly what it sounds like. It's a caramel square made with hints of maple and then topped with maple leaf decor. You can grab it for $4.49. It's a deliciously rich and soft and chewy treat. It's nice and buttery, but also has hints of molasses, which gives it that good old comfort food kind of flavor. The maple leaf on top reminded us of way better fondant. Kind of tasted like powdered sugar. As for the maple flavor, we were expecting it to be a lot bolder, but it was very subtle. So should you try it? Well, if you're looking for a super strong maple flavor, you're going to be disappointed. For the super mapley treats, we suggest heading over to Canada. The caramel flavor here is still very much the star of the show, and the maple takes a subtle but nice supporting role. If you love caramel and are okay with just a small amount of that maple, then this is a good treat for you. Next, we're heading to Contempo Cafe at the Contemporary Resort to try the barbecued beef and cheddar sub. This is barbecued beef, white cheddar, and country slaw on a baguette for $12.99. First thoughts? Barbecue sauce. Wow, it was so sweet and so delicious despite there being a lot of it. At the same time, there is a lot of beef on this sandwich, so it makes sense. The cheddar flavor is definitely there, but compared to how much beef and slaw there is, it doesn't come through a whole lot, unfortunately. Now we can talk about the slaw. It's fresh, crunchy, slightly sweet, and it works. We really thought that it was going to be too overwhelming combined with the sweet barbecue sauce and all that meat, but it does balance out the dish well and provides a fresh crunch and flavor that we appreciated. As for the bread, loved it. It's soft with a crispy exterior, just like a good baguette should be. It was easy to bite off and chew, and it paired well with this type of sandwich. And those fries, piping hot and perfectly salted. Good choice to accompany the Sammy. If there was one thing we would change about this one, we're gonna have have to be a bit picky about the beef. It was tender, it was good, it was delicious actually. However, it could have been even better on this sandwich if it had a bit more of a developed flavor. Maybe if it had salty or smokier flavor to accompany that sweet barbecue sauce. So, should you try the barbecued beef and cheddar sub? Well, if you love barbecue sauce and you have a big appetite after your trek around the parks, and you don't mind a messier meal, then this is a great sandwich for you. If you're looking for something light, on the other hand, definitely skip this one. I should say I'm surprised, but honestly, this is nothing new for Disney World. It's not even October yet, and there is holiday merchandise in Magic Kingdom. On a recent visit to MK, we decided to stop by the Emporium to see what merchandise we could find. It appears that the holiday merch has started to swoop in. We spotted some red and white hues, and our Christmas merch bells started ringing in our heads with excitement. We mostly found home decor with things like a table runner, a throw blanket, bowls, and more. And this seems to be just a tiny bit of what's available from both Shop Disney online and in store, but you'll want to hurry because we've already spotted a few things that we don't think will last very long. One of the famous retailers and a location in Disney Springs is Lululemon. Lululemon has had a store in Disney Springs since 2020, but they've now officially moved and reopened in a larger location. After the closure of the Uggs store earlier this year, we saw construction walls with Lululemon branding pop up in the space, and on a recent trip to Disney Springs, we saw that the new Lululemon location is officially open. The new location is larger than the former one, and there are 2 entrances to the store. Now remember, if you want to stay up to date on all things Disney news, be sure and sign up for that newsletter. I promise you it's an amazing resource, and it's completely free as always. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.